bữa hôm mà 6 tây ấy, em đau bụng quá, em có đi siêu âm ở bệnh viện em địa phương, em nói bệnh viện địa phương. Em lại em nói là bây giờ mà con đăng ký á, thì kêu 8 giờ sáng nay, mà dịch vụ thì kêu 4 giờ rưỡi chiều mới được. Mới bác xem có được không, sao đến nó em đoạn đầu biết là
Sorry, no. I just unmute the microphone. Do you hear my voice now?
Yes, Vande.
I was talking a lot, but no one.
Oh, we
No.
cannot see your camera, so we think that you are busy.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I just check the video and audio are muted. Okay, good evening, everyone. Mr. Nguyên Trang Tê,
Mingalapa di Sayadaw.
Mingalaba Loan Trang, Ngô Thị Tha Mai, xin chào, xin chào everyone, Thong Tang, teacher. I'm not sure I pronounced your name correctly or not. Nguyễn Minh Huy, ha, Lý Hằng Tên.
I think it's correct.
Everyone, I'm very happy to see you in the Dhamma class. Our Dhamma class should be the happy Dhamma class. Happy Dhamma class, not stressful Dhamma class. Everyone can participate freely. If you want to laugh, you can laugh out. If you want to smile, you can smile. If you want to meditate, you can meditate. It's very free Dhamma class. Now I think we can start now, right? At the end of the lecture, I will give you some time for Q&A, if you wish. Because during the lecture, no one asked question. And no
Yes,
one,
Vande.
if you wish, I will give you a few minutes for Q&A. Wish, huh? Okay, let's begin our class.
Yes.
Namo tassa.
Or-
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. And then you have shared this handout to everyone, huh?
Yes, Vande. Yes,
And
we have
today,
the students.
okay, today we are going to study going for refuge with the story. And then without the story, you might feel very boring. That's why this time I have got an idea to provide with the story. When you read the story, you might feel a little bit released from the stress, from the stressful condition. Yeah, the Pali term is Sarana Kamana, Sarana Kamana, going for refuge. This is the most important part for the Buddhists. In order to show we go for refuge, so we need to chant 3 lines. What are those 3 lines? In order to express we are going for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, we have to chant 3 lines. What are those 3 lines?
Buddhang Saranang Gacchami.
Okay, yeah.
Saranang Gacchami.
Let's chant these 3 lines together, no? Let's
Yes.
chant. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. This is the first step to be a Buddhist. So today, throughout the story, we will learn what truly means to be a Buddhist. When we say we are going for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, that does not mean chanting only some words like. It does not mean like we are just chanting Buddha Saranam Gacchami, Dhamma Saranam Gacchami, Sangha Saranam Gacchami. So when we say Buddha Saranam Gacchami, so we have to think. We have to think ourselves that we choose the Buddha as our teacher. And when we chant Dhamma Saranam Gacchami, so we have to think ourselves that we choose the Dhamma as our teacher. When we say Sangha Saranam Gacchami, we choose the Sangha as our example teacher. But the Buddha did not ask us. The Buddha did not ask us to choose as our teacher blindly. The Buddha did not say, "Oh, please believe me," just blindly. And the Buddha say, "You have to believe with the wisdom, not blind faith. You should believe with the wisdom." So we will see this point at the end of the story. So firstly, let's read the story. Let's read from the story. If we found some interesting point, we will study this point. And the story of Brahma Ekitata, the Brahma Ekitata, or we have to see who is Brahma Ekitata. And the Buddha, why he said that Chitavana, Yasavati, Chitavana and Savati, these terms are very familiar among the Buddhists. If you are not familiar with this term, please note from the beginning, Chitavana. This is the famous monastery, the early monastery of the Buddha. The earliest monastery is Veluvana. Veluvana monastery is the earliest monastery in the Buddhist history. Chitavana might be the second earliest monastery. And Savatthi, it is easy in the Savatthi. And the Savatthi, the Buddha delivered the Dhamma and delivered the Dhamma course concerning Ekitata. Who is Ekitata? The royal chaplain of the king Kosala. And Kosala, the king of the Kosala. The story. The Ekitata was the chaplain of Maha Kosala. Kosala is before Pasenadi Kosala, the father of Pasenadi Kosala. When his father died, came Pasenadi Kosala. Pasenadi Kosala, the king of the Kosala, that well known in the Buddhist scripture is Pasenadi Kosala. Kosala, the first is Maha Kosala, and his son is Pasenadi Kosala. Mostly we found his name in the story. And other respect, thinking he was my father's chaplain. He kept him in the same position. Even though his father passed away, he didn't change his position. And whenever Ekitata came to attend upon the hand, the king would rise to greet him, invite him to sit on the equal seat. He gave the equal seat. And then Ekitata, thinking because he was very old, the king is very young. The young king with the old teacher might not be comfortable. He was thinking. The king showed me excessive respect, but the minds of the king cannot be held permanently. The royal happiness is truly present only among those of equal age. I am not old. It's proper for me to go forth into homeless. He is a very good-hearted, even though he is in the position of the teacher of the king, the president. The president also gave a lot of favor, but he understands his situation. He is very old. It's not suitable to live with him. They are young, they might not be free, they might not be comfortable to enjoy, no? their pleasure. That's why he said he is going to be ordained. He go fall into homeless. This story happened before the Buddha's appear, no? Having obtained the king's permission, here the proclamation made in the city by trumpet. Within 70, I think you already read the story, right? So we can read quickly. With 70, he gave away all his wealth and charity and adopted the ascetic life outside the Buddha's dispensation. That means the Buddha didn't appear when the Siddhartha Gautama became the king. So the Buddha wasn't appear yet. The Buddha did not appear yet. And that's why he renounced the world and lived in the forest. Depending on him, 10,000 men also went for, and he go to the forest together with the 10,000 followers. Together with him, he dwelt between the regions of Inca and Magadha. If you ever been to India, you might know the location where it is, Inca and Magadha. Inca province and Magadha province, land of the Kuru, giving in them this instruction. His Dhamma, his instruction is like, his instruction, my son, wherever thoughts of sexual pleasure and the like arise, each of you should take up one basket of scent, maybe one handful of scent, maybe one handful of scent might be better. One handful of scent, handful, basket might be very big, actually a handful of scent. One handful of sand from the river and pour it onto this pot. You see, he has 10,000 followers, no? 10,000 followers. He takes the life of ascetic. If the thought, sensual desire, the desire, he want to enjoy with the visible object, he want to enjoy with the good sound, he want to enjoy with the sweet smell, he want to enjoy with the good taste and he want to enjoy with the good touch. Whatever sense desire, he wish to enjoy. So whatever sense desire, this is called akusala, unwholesome consciousness, unwholesome consciousness. When this arises, it will give you the bad result in the future. That's why we call unwholesome consciousness. They said such kind of desire arise or similar thing arise. Each of you should take up one handful of the sand from the river, because they live near the river, and then pour it onto this pot. He said, no? If you have thought one karma vitaka to enjoy the sense pleasure with the family life or something like this, you have to take, in order to show you, in order to confess your sins, you have to take one handful of sand, and then pour onto this pot. And they reply very well, and wherever sense thought arose, they did so. In time, great heap of sand accumulated, and then the sand heap become very big, very big, very big sand. Let's see, what is it, this one? Could you make the stream bigger? Can you see?
I can see it, but maybe I use laptop, so someone use a phone, they will think that it's too small. So
What about?
zoom in a little bit.
No?
Yes.
no, whatever sense thought arose, the brain, the handful of sin, and put it into one spot. It become great heap of sin. The sin become very big. You can see 1,000, 10,000 followers. They bring the sin, so one handful, and that become very, very big heap of sin. When it become very big heap, like a mountain, the Naga came a heap chatta. The name of the king Naga is a heap chatta. Do you know Naga? Naga, you already know Naga, right? Naga is a very big snake, like the powerful snake, powerful snake. And Naga, his name is Hichada. Took the position on it. The Naga live on the heap of the sand. On the heap of the sand. They accumulate the sand heap and Naga live on them. And then the inhabitants of Ngài Khemācāra, the Guru country, brought great offering to them. When the Naga lived on the heap of the sand, many people offer them the food because they are afraid of them. No? They take refuge. They take refuge to the Naga. No? I like a Naga Saranang Gacchami, and they say like this. No? They take refuge to the Naga and they offer them month after month. They offer them for long times. And then after that, the Akitata, the leader of the group, gave the instruction. He gave Dhamma talk. This is his Dhamma talk. He gave this Dhamma talk to the followers and to the devotees. Go for a few to the mountain. Go for a few to the forest. Go for a few to the Ramaruka. Arama. Arama is what is Arama here? Like a garden. Here, right? A garden or something like this. Go for a few to the Arama, to the garden. Go for a few to the tree. This is his advice to the follower. Because the king Naga Ahichata is very powerful. They saw his power by their own naked eye. That's why they thought they can protect their life, their danger. They can protect them from the danger. That's why the Agitata, maybe they also take refuge to the Naga. And then Naga live on the mountain, like Saint Mountain, Saint Mountain. That's why he gave a refuge. This happened before the Buddha appeared. And then at the time the Buddha maybe go for a few to the tree, and he said that will be free from all suffering. He instructed his own disciple in this way. That's why the belief is many at the time of the Buddha. Before the Buddha appeared, many system of belief already introduced around India. Some people believe, some people take worship to the Naga, some to the eagle like this. Some people take refuge to the corn, like this. They have anyway, and then the Agitata, he also encouraged his disciple to take refuge in the Buddha, in the mountain, forest, and garden, like this. He believed they have this power. not only at the time of the Buddha, even this day, we can still see this point, and especially in the rural area. Even in Myanmar, when we visit the countryside, we can see the various types of belief. Some worship the nut, we say nut. They say the nut is the deva. Their deva is like a son who was born accidentally. They believe he became a deva and he has a power, and they worship him. Actually, they were died by accident, not by accident. Even for themselves, they cannot save. They cannot save their life. So the people misunderstood and they worship them as their savior. That's a deva. Some people, if they got a problem, they worship the tree. They offer some good food to the tree. We can see this kind of belief even in Myanmar, in the Buddhist country. We see this kind of belief in the rural area. Some people worship to the door. Some people worship to the rock, like this. But they believe that the rock will protect the massive rock. When the when the strong wind, at the time, when the weather is a very severe weather, they believe this kind of rock can protect them as a savior, but maybe not as a savior. The nature of rock is a very big. It can protect some types of wind or some types of severe weather. But they misunderstand. That is because of the power. If they worship them, they can protect them in some way. Sometimes they also worship to the cow, because when they are working in the when they plow the field, they use the cow, they use the buffalo, or they thought they have some kind of deity with the cow, with the buffalo. They worship many types of belief system. This also kind of belief system. Before the Buddhas be a mountain, forest, arama, tree, they believe by taking refuge in these, they'll be free from all suffering. This is the instruction of the Akittata. And now we'll see what the Buddha said. Now the Buddha Bodhisattva, having gone forth, attained the perfect enlightenment, was at the time dwelling at the Jitavana near Savatthi, surveilling the world at the one time. This is the Buddha's daily routine. Every morning, every early morning, he reflects the whole world. So when he reflects the whole world, some people who has a mature perfection, who has mature parami, appear in the Buddha's mind. In the Buddha's mind, the Buddha's reflect covering the whole world. If someone is a very potential to become a real person, the person appears in his mind, in the Buddha's mind. So the Buddha did this kind of survey, this kind of reflection every morning. So surveying the world at that time, the Buddha reflect what happened to the world, or who is potential to become a real person in the Vietnam, like this. He reflect with the wisdom eye. He look at, Mrs. Tong is a very potential to become a real person. And at the time, he go to Vietnam and reach the Dhamma to Miss Tong. Miss Tong become at the end of the Dhamma become the real person. Do you want to be like that? Just one, just one Dhamma talk become Sotapanna, Sakaragami, Nagami. Here the Buddha did the same way, the same way. And he saw Ekitatta and Brahman together with his disciple entering within the net of his knowledge. Net of his knowledge. Sapinyutta Jnana. Jnana Chala. Jnana Chala. And the Ekitatta and his follower appear in his mind. All of these are endowed with the supporting condition for arahantship. He saw, they have the condition to become arahant. In the evening, he addressed Eda Moggallana. Moggallana, do you see Ekitatta, the Brahmin leading a great magnitude of the great magnitude to a plunge into a wrong refuge. Here, Ekitatta has a wrong refuge. His refuge, wrong belief, wrong refuge. He chose the one for refuge wrongly. Go and give them instruction. That means try to save him. Go to save him. He asked, go to save him. In our daily use, we can see go to save him. Go and give them instruction. He said, when you saw there are many, how many? There are many. Do you remember? There are many. We have learned now the exam. How many? Mr. Tom, Mrs. Tom? No? They only ask many, 10,000. No? 10,000. We just see here 10,000. No? Right? Yeah. 10,000 men. No? 10,000 men. Yeah, 10,000. No? There are many, he said to the Buddha, there are many, it is beyond my power alone. He said, Venerable Moggallana, he is a very powerful in terms of psychic power. The Buddha also knows he is only the one suitable to subdue their wrong belief. Wrong belief. Then he said, I cannot handle them alone. But if you also can, it will be manageable. If the Buddha come, Moggallana, I am too will come. You go ahead. The Buddha said, you go ahead, I will come later. And then as the elder went ahead, he reflected. They are strong and numerous. They are strong. They are maybe physically strong, and they also might have caused some kind of some kind of knowledge in the jhana. Even though they have a wrong belief, they might have a jhana. They are strong and numerous. Not only many, but also strong. If I speak something at their gathering place, they may all rise up and cruise. Got 10,000. You may see. You can imagine you go into the group, into the crowd of 10,000, you trying to preach them. How will you feel? 10,000, a gathering of 10,000. It is you are a very stranger. You are going to preach, give Dhamma talk. How can you feel in the place of the Moggallana? And the Moggallana, he is very powerful in terms of the psychic power. Even he has this power. He has thought he cannot handle them at the same place, at the one place. That's why by his psychic power, he caused a happy ring of the last trust to all. He developed the psychic power. After he developed the jhana. At the end of the jhana, he developed the psychic power, Itivita. He psychic abhignana, and then he caused to rain with the heavy drops, the large drops, not small drops, large drops. If drizzling only small drops, they might be still gathering. As the rain poured down, they rose up and entered their respective leaf huts. The elder, so when the rains, they goes for their respective hut. The elder stood at the door of Agitata, the leader. The elder here referred to the Moggallana. He stood at the door of the Agitata's hut and called out, Agitata. He called his name, Agitata, the leader's name. He is very old. He comes from the royal palace as the teacher of the king. Hearing the elder's voice, Agitata thought arrogantly, there's no one in this world capable of addressing me by name. He has this kind of thought. I was the teacher of the king. I am very old. Now I am the leader of 10,000. Who is there to call? Who is there to call my name? And he said, who is that? I am. He said, I am. It's me. No? Who is that? It's me. He showed him. What do you say? No? What do you say? That's me. Why do you say? Why do you say? Should be why do you say? Why do you call? No? Why do you call? I will call that something. No? It is me instead of I am. I say it is me. It's me. Why do you call? Why do you say? Why do you call like this? Why do you call my name like this? No? Show me a place to stay here for one night. Show me place to stay here for one night. And the Agitata said, there's no place here, and each person has only one hut. And only one hut for each. There's no extra hut. So we cannot give you the place to stay. Maybe you also living in the one hut. Agitata, people go to people. People mean human being go to human being. Kete go to kete, and the kete, that means the cow, go to the cow. Renunciants go to renunciants. That means the monks go to the monks. No other place. They might not go other place. The human being go to the human being. You go from one city to another city. So that means you go to the people go to from people to people. The kete, they will not stay with the different living beings. That's why the monk also go to the monk. Do not do that. Give me a place to stay. He said, but are you a renunciant? Are you a monk? He said, no. Yes, I am. If you are a renunciant, where is your carrying pole? Your requisite at the time. The monk, they means the monk is like it. They are ascetics. Ascetic has their carrying pole. This is called Kari Panda, no? In Pali, Kari Panda. The hermit, they have used the walking stick, and then this is a walking stick, and on to say the kete to boil the water. We can say kete pot. Nowadays we already got the the pot for the water. Water bottle like this. This is a kete to boil the water, and what's that? The hetia. They have this. This is their daily utensil. No, their property. He asked, if you are monk, what is your monk's property? He said, I have, but it is difficult to wander, carry and then spiritually. I am carried internally. I get angry and he angry. And then, and as Aribuddha said, Agitata, do not be angry. Show me a place to stay. Don't be angry. Please come down. He said, there's no place here. Agitata shout, there's no place here. And then, whenever Moggallana, he point out to the heap of the sand. Who dwells on the heap of the sand? Who lives? Who lives on the heap of the sand?
Oh, the Naga.
Naga king. The Naga king live. Naga king. Give me that place. He said, give me that place. He went to live on the heap of the sand because it's a very big heap of the sand heap. It cannot be given. It is a fearful being. They are fearful being. The king, fearful being, is living on the sand heap. Very well, give it to me. And then later he gave. He gave the place. He gave permission to live on the sand heap. The elder went toward the sand heap and seeing him approach, the Naga king thought. Seeing him approach, the Naga king thought, this ascetic does not know of my presence. I smoke him to death. I emitted the smoke. And the elder, the king, elder reflect the king, the Naga king, then only he can emit the smoke. He smoke, they emit the smoke, to each other. And this is it. They are fighting with the smoke, like the fighting in the movie nowadays. In the Chinese movie, you can see fighting with the smoke, with the smoke. But Chinese movie is very late. This kind of fighting happened even at the time of the Buddha. Naga emit the smoke. Naga sent off the smoke, and the Sariputta also sent the smoke. As far as the Brahmavat, the smoke rise up to as far as the Mawat. The smoke did not harm the Edda. Edda referred to the Moggallana, but afflicted the Naga king. Naga suffered. And never endured the force of the smoke. Naga king burst into flame. And Naga king burst into flame. He sent the flames. Naga king sent the flames of the fire. Flames of the fire. And then whenever Moggallana also sent a flame. The flame also rose up to the sky. And whenever Moggallana was unharmed, the only Naga is Safar, Safar. Seeing the ascetic thought, Naga king has a ban. And seeing this, the ascetic thoughts, that means ascetics that refer to the Ekidata and 10,000. Ekidata and 10,000 thought. The Naga king has banned this ascetic, this refer to the Moggallana. I gave the name to make it clear. Moggallana. Banned the Moggallana. The king has banned the Moggallana. Alas, the noble ascetic, has perished for not heeding ours. He didn't listen our suggestion. That's why he has to suffer. He has a ban now. He thought. But the elder, the situation is on the opposite. The elder, when Moggallana subdued the Naga king, render him harmless. He subdued. He eliminated his power and sat down upon the heap of the sand. Now, whenever Moggallana live on the sand heap, Naga king coiled his body around the sin heap and raised his hood. Now the Naga become the followers of Moggallana. He have and he protect with his body. When Moggallana sat down on the heap of the sin, and the king Naga surround him with his body and cover his head with his hood. The size of the pig pavilion over the Edda and over all the Edda. At dawn, the ascetic came and see, and we shall know whether the ascetic is alive or dead, because they thought at the night, the Moggallana was bound by the Naga king. So in the morning they come and see to check what happened. But they surprised seeing him seated atop the same heap. They raised their joint palms and praised him. I said, where you not harmed by the Naga king? And you already read. Do you not see him standing above me holding his hood? Amazing indifference, such mighty Naga king has been tamed by this ascetics. They stood surrounding the Edda. And at the moment the Buddha arrived, seeing him, the Edda Moggallana rose and paid homage. The ascetic said, this one is even greater than you. They just see the Buddha. Before that time, they never see the Buddha. They didn't have even the Buddha appear in this world. And then when Moggallana said, this is the blessed one, the Buddha, I'm his disciple. And the Buddha said upon this he said it thinking, this is the power of the disciple. Even the power of the disciple is such great. What then will be the power of the Buddha? Thinking in this way, they raised their joint palms and praised the blessed one. The Buddha asked the Agitata, Agitata, when you give instruction to your disciple and supporter, what do you see? I instructed him, go for refuge to the mountain, refuge to the mountain, forest, Arama garden, like garden, and the tree. By going for refuge to this, one is free from all suffering. The Buddha said, no Agitata, by going for refuge to this, one is not free from all suffering. But by going for the refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, one is free from all suffering of the entire round of existence. And then the Buddha said, driven by fear. The point is here, driven by fear. Many people go for refuge to mountain, forest, grove, trees, and shrine. Driven by fear. Because of fear, the religion started because of fear. Many people go for refuge. They have different types of fear. Different types of fear. Fear from snake. They go for refuge to the eagle. Like this. In the past, there are many poisonous snakes. They thought that who can eliminate the snake? Only eagle. That's why they raise and they put the eagle at the fireplace. They feed them nice food with a nice food, and they worship before they go to their yard. Like it. Because of fear, driven by fear, go for refuge. Mountain, driven by fear. So the refuge that refer to the religion. Many religion in the world, many animism, some types of what is called animism, and the one who worship to the forest. I don't know how to call it in English. And they have many religions, but nowadays we call only 4 main religion. Under that, these 4 also have many types of belief. But this kind of religion is originated from the fear. So just like when you are when you are afraid of the journey, so you might take refuge for some weapons. This is it, to protect you from the suffering. This one also, in order to protect our own suffering, they go for refuge. This, that, But the fear, but the Buddha said, this is not a secure refuge. This is not the supreme refuge. This kind of refuge is not secure, not so. By doing that refuge, it's not free from all suffering. You have a wrong, not free from all suffering. Instead, sometimes the danger can arise from the wrong refuge. If you have chosen the wrong guide, you might get more suffering. That's why the refuge, to choose the right refuge, to choose the right teacher is very important. Otherwise, that might lead to the wrong suffering. So when you choose the teacher, maybe the teacher might guide you to the welfare of the present life or to the future life. Some people may guide you to the welfare of the present life. Some teacher may guide you to the future life, to the present life, future life. But if you choose the wrong teacher, that might lead you to the more suffering. That's why Buddha said this is not the right refuge, not the right teacher, not the right leader, no? But one who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha with the right wisdom, see that Four Noble Truths. That this is what the Buddhists mean, explained by this word, no? One who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So you go for refuge. This is belief, but this belief should not be wrongly, with the right wisdom. You see, should be with the wisdom, no? With the wisdom. So if you go for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, you have to believe with the wisdom. That's why saddha also important. Saddha, without the saddha here we say the belief or the trust, no? The trust to the Buddha, Dhamma. Saddha, the trust is very important, but it must be with the wisdom, with the wisdom. That's why we see that because of the faith, the saddha can bring you to the real teaching, real Dhamma, and the panya can guide you to the panya can guide you to the end of the suffering. That's why saddha makes you learn the Dhamma. Saddha is the trust, the belief, make you learn the Dhamma. The wisdom help you in the suffering. These two are important points in the Buddhist. Okay, here I summarize. I explain the meaning next week. We'll summarize suffering And then after, with the wisdom, you have to see the Four Noble Truths. This is the heart of the Buddha's teaching. Suffering, the origin of suffering, overcoming of suffering, the Noble Eightfold Path leading to the cessation of suffering. This is the main goal of the Buddhists. Here the Buddha said this is the secure refuge, supreme refuge. By going to this refuge, we're free from all suffering. Let's see what happened. At the end of the discourse, all those ascetics attain arhatship together with the analytical knowledge. They become, at the end of this process, they become arhat. That's why if you have fulfilled the all perfection perfectly, you can become arhat at the end of the Dhamma talk. Now, do you feel that I become Ariya person? Do you feel now? Do you feel that you become Arahant now? And they pay homage to the Buddha and request the ordination. The Buddha's, the blessed one extended his hand from within his robe and said, "Come, bhikkhus, live the holy life." As soon as the Buddha said, they become monks, endowed with the 8 requisites, automatically appear. This is one type of ordination in the Buddhist. This type of ordination can be done by the Buddha only. No one can do. The Buddha just say, "Come, bhikkhus." When the Buddha just say, "Come to bhikkhu," they become the bhikkhu automatically. When become the bhikkhu, their form, appearance also change. All the requisites also appear automatically. And their style is like the monk who has 60 years of monkhood. Very serene, very respectful, very serene, very serious face. Not like me. Very serious face, no? On that day, people from Ngài Khemācāra and the Kuru country arrive, bringing offerings, seeing all the ascetics ordained. They wonder who is the creator, or Ekidata, or the Gautama Buddha. And then they thought, because the ascetic Gautama had come, the Ekidata was the creator. They thought Ekidata, if the Ekidata is the disciple, they must go to the Buddha, but the Buddha come to his place. He might be the leader. The Buddha is my follower. He there. And the Buddha knows their mind, seeing their inclination. The Buddha said, "Ekidata, remove the thought of the assembly." And Ekidata replied, "I myself had hoped for this much." And by psychic power rose into the air 7 times. He rose into the air 7 times. And at the end of the class, you can try whether you can fly in the air. Only 1 time, not 7 times. And descended again and again, pay homage to the Buddha and declare, "The blessed one is my teacher." My teacher, like that. "The blessed one is my teacher. I am his disciple." Thus openly proclaim his discipleship. This story is from the Dhammapara Thakatha, volume 2. If you want to read the Pali, page number 156 to 161. The explanation will be next week. If you have anything unclear during my teaching, or if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'll give you a few minutes.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Bante.
À,
Dạ vâng, thưa quý vị có câu hỏi nào quý vị có thể nhấn trong khung chat hoặc là giơ tay trên Zoom để hỏi Ngài. Chúng ta còn một ít phút nữa để dành cho Q&A.
thoáng ngáy, con khoái. Vietnamese.
Thực ra là câu hỏi của anh Tình có
Even the small question is okay. Even small, just make you free discussion. Even the small question, if you wish, you can ask.
Dạ, mọi người có thể hỏi bất kỳ một câu hỏi nào, dù nhỏ hay lớn, dù có liên quan buổi học ngày hôm nay không? So dear Sado, so the question in the chat box, also I think that I don't really understand that, but it's like that he wanted that to come from Myanmar, so your culture, Myanmar cultures are does it affect the belief in the three jewels?
Does it
As
affect?
like the culture of the countries, like the cultures of the countries, does it affect the belief of the three refugees?
Can you repeat? Three refuge affect what is me?
The culture.
The control.
Yes.
The
culture of the country, the culture of Myanmar country.
The control of and didn't get the point.
It's like the local culture.
Here I like to ask you come from
The local culture, any influence to the belief of people.
I believe there is an influence. Yeah, believe and teacher. Your belief in the religion, no? And the culture. Sometimes we understand the culture, but for us, we didn't follow those kind of belief. But some Buddhists and around us, they already become habit. Sometimes we ask them to remove on this kind of belief, but they still lingering on the belief. They have some effect on this cultural belief, traditional belief. We can say traditional belief is very difficult to die out. In Myanmar, still have. But maybe if you have learned Dhamma and a lot, if you know yourself clearly, maybe you might be able to remove. But in the countryside, they haven't learned the Dhamma and they are still influenced by the fear, just as and this handout, driven by fear, they go for refuge. Some belief. Even as I explained you, sometimes my relative got a very serious sick, very serious ill. At the time, one of them cut you to offer the food to the big tree, and the big tree, they had some kind of powerful deity. That powerful deity make him sick. Seriously, that's why at the night time, like this, they cut at the night time or in the early morning, before no one aware of them, you should go there and put the food on them. They have this kind of belief. It's difficult to die out. Their influence is very, very large. But on the other hand, they also believe the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Both they are still taking the both side. They spread, and when you visit the northern Myanmar, you might see this the Buddha's temple, the Buddha's shrine, and the shrine for their deity. in their house. They are Buddhist house, Buddhist house, because they are difficult to remove their traditional belief. They have some kind of influence. And the pagoda also, you can see sometimes they establish the pagoda. Around the pagoda, their traditional belief also attached at some point, like a Naka or dragon. Sometimes even the Deva, they placed near the Buddha, not near the Buddha statue or near the Jitya. This traditions they have. But if you, for you or for us, if you have learned a lot of Dhamma, you can see clearly this is not the right way. So we can remove some kind of some Buddhists who has learned a lot also do the same. This kind of influence have in their belief. Is there another one?
We have another 2 questions, dear Bante. So we can move to the next week, or we continue to.
Will take care of you and the trip at home. I'm grateful. Should I properly practice taking care of you and the trip at home? This is the way, how. So we go for refuge as a leader, and then we reflect on the Buddhas. Maybe every day, you already memorize Itipi Soba Kawa Arhan Sammasambuddha Vichacharana Sampanno, right? One of the attributes, 9 attributes have. One of the attributes, you can reflect one of them, like Arahant. What is the meaning of Arahant? The Buddha is Arahant because he is already removed all types of defilements. That is why he is very peaceful. And you can see the Buddha's appearance with the face, very peaceful face, very calm. So in this way, you can develop, this is Buddha. And like a Dhamma also attributes to the Dhamma. The Dhamma, if you practice the Dhamma, we can feel the results as soon as we practice. And Sangha, Subdipano, Bhagavata, Savaka Sangha, the Sangha has such kind of attributes who has practiced the right way, the rightly according to the Buddha's instruction. That's when to become Ariya person. Firstly, we can practice from the taking refuge. Taking refuge is not just by seeing. We have to practice. We have to practice, not merely chant. We have to practice as the Buddha suggests. In this way, you can do proper practice, not just seeing. When you see Buddha Saranam Gacchami, you know, I go for refuge. At the same time, you regard the Buddha as teacher and you see his attributes. Dhamma, Buddha Saranam Gacchami, when you are chanting, you see that attributes of the Dhamma, Sangha Saranam Gacchami, you see the attributes of the Sangha. This is the right way, the proper practice. I answer this question. Now, maybe for next question, maybe for next class. Okay.
Yes, Bante. It's maybe a long question to explain, so I think that we can move to the next class.
Please record this question. Record this question, and then translate into English.
Yes, we will.
Okay. So let's
Maybe that.
finish by chanting. Itavada cha amihi sambadang punya sambadang. Sabe dewa numodantu sabha sambati siddhiya. Itame punya nibbana sabachya hotu. Itame punya bhagan sabha saddhanam bhajimi. Sabe saddha avira hontu. Sabe saddha abhyabacha hontu. Sabe saddha anika hontu. Sabe saddha sukhi adhanam pariharantu. Sabe saddha dukkha mucyantu. Sabe saddha yathalada sampatito mavikachantu. Sabe saddha kammasaka. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much.
Sadhu. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Cảm ơn thưa quý bạn đã ra xa.
Thank you so much.
Cảm ơn
nhiều ạ. Thank you so much.
Sa thú. Con cảm ơn ngài. Chúc quý cô ngủ ngon.